They say more money, more problems.
More money, more problems.
Many high-income parents are barely getting by or at risk of going broke, even though they make considerably more than the median household income. I could cover the obvious reasons why high earners are going broke, such as buying fancy cars, big homes, luxury goods, and taking exotic vacations. But today I want to cover what nobody else is talking about. I'm going to share 3 hidden reasons why many high-earning parents are struggling financially. Humans at our core are tribal social creatures. We want to fit in with our community, and as we grow our income, we'll do what others in our income bracket do, which brings me to hidden reason number 1, Inflategate. While Tom Brady deflated his balls, youth sports are inflating theirs, and it's taking a heavy toll on parents' income. As a high-earning parent, you have even more pressure because you have the means to afford your kid to get the best possible training, even if it's not the best financial decision. The average family pays $883 annually in one child's primary sport. Parents in the wealthiest households spend about 4 times more on their child's sport than the lowest income families. Parents making $150,000 or more spent 83% more on travel for their child's sports experience than families earning under $50,000.
This scary black bar is what you spend on things that no one ever needs.
And 65% more than households making between $50,000 and $150,000. The wealthiest families were almost twice as likely to report that they spent a little or substantially more on sports during the past year than the lowest income households. Take 10-year-old Joey Erace, for example. He practices hitting in his $15,000 backyard batting cage. His private hitting coach charges $100 for an hour-long session. He's also accustomed to focused instruction, including one-on-one fielding lessons, which also cost another $100 an hour. The cost for parents is steep, and some parents are spending incredible amounts of time and money on their child's sport. At the high end, families can spend more than 10% of their income on registration fees, travel, camps, and equipment. Joe Erace, Joey's father, who owns a salon and spas in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, says Joey's budding baseball career has cost north of $30,000. A volleyball dad from upstate New York spent $20,000 one year on his daughter's club team, including plenty of gas. Up to 4 nights a week, she commuted 2.5 hours round trip for practice, not getting home until 11:30 p.m. at night. That pales in comparison next to a Springfield, Missouri mom who regularly would make 7-hour round-trip journeys to ferry her 10 and 11-year-old sons to travel basketball practice. I remember playing in a travel baseball team early in my teens, and my parents would drive me over 100 miles to go play in a weekend tournament. It was some of the best moments I had growing up playing a sport I loved, but it wasn't because my parents were trying to groom me to be a professional. Many of these high-earning parents think their child can play professionally, which the odds are not good, and it may make them go broke. Let me know in the comments down below what sports your kids are playing and what memories you might have from playing sports as a child. I'd love it if you hit subscribe, tap the like button. It also helps grow the channel and lets me know that you care about what I'm talking about. Every parent gets asked by their kid, can we have a puppy? Can we get a dog? Can we keep it? As a high-earning parent, you will likely look at designer dog breeds like Labradoodles, Golden Doodles, basically anything that ends with doodle. This trend might feel new, but it's actually started way back in 1988 when Wally Conron crossed a Labrador Retriever and a Standard Poodle to create the first official Labradoodle. These designer dogs can cost between $3,000 and $5,000 just to bring home. The website Rover dug into the data a little bit more. The annual cost of caring for a dog can range from $1,000 to $5,225 a year, while a typical monthly cost of owning a dog lies between $80 and $440. This is an annual increase of $100 on average from 2023 to 2024. According to the Shelter Animals Count National Database, this is the 3rd straight year with an increase in pets awaiting adoption, and more animals entered shelters in 2023 than those that left. Shelters are seeing a significant increase in puppies and purebreds in particular. These days, it's not just pit bulls and mutts that are getting surrendered, but designer dogs that people have paid north of $3,000 for that no longer fit in their personal or economic lifestyle. Labradoodles, Golden Doodles, French Bulldogs, and other designer and hybrid breeds that would rarely be found in shelters are now becoming commonplace. The pervasive influence of social media and influencer culture cannot be ignored as a contributor to the problem. Instagram and TikTok often showcase adorable pets, portraying an idealized image of a pet parenting without fully addressing the responsibilities and the challenges involved. Because many current and potential pet owners are excited about the idea of owning one, designer dogs are skyrocketing in popularity. There are many reasons, and one of them is the same as why anything else becomes a trend. People want a unique dog that intrigues others at the dog park. While humans want to fit in with others, we also want to be unique and trendy. This leads us into hidden reason number 3, the Foundation Series effect. The Cybertruck is undoubtedly the most trendy car on the market in 2024. You've likely seen one in your city and couldn't help but take a long stare or even some pictures. Once the fascination wears off, there will just likely be another truck on the road that nobody pays attention to. But for some who took early action back in November of 2019, they can order one now. I'm one of those people that put $100 down 4.5 years ago to own one of the craziest looking trucks ever produced. I recently received an email from Tesla that I can put in my order finally for that Foundation Series Cybertruck. While it is tempting to order it, I also know that I'll be paying a $20,000 premium for the Foundation Series just to have bragging rights that I'm one of the first owners. It's a steep price to pay for just bragging rights, and that $20,000 premium likely is going to cost thousands more in interest over the 5 or 7 years of getting a loan. Getting a Cybertruck would be cool, but I'll be passing on the Foundation Series this time. The Foundation Series effect is not specific to Tesla or cars. In fact, the same phenomenon occurs in most things we deem trendy. If you play golf, you're familiar with the annual cycle of new golf clubs, new balls, with the promise of hitting the longer drives and a lower score. Your cell phone is also on an annual upgrade cycle, with the trendsetters buying the latest model of iPhone just to say that they're the first. Don't think I'm sitting here on my high horse looking down on those that buy all the latest tech gadgets. I'm just as guilty of wanting the newest tech gadget and may have been one of the first to buy the original iPhone. This thing's tiny. Yep, I'm a nerd and I'm proud of it.
Nerd. That is why you're not on the team.
The website declutter.com took a deeper dive into the cost of buying the latest iPhone over a lifetime, and it's pretty wild to look at. If you were to buy an iPhone outright, paying the full cost up front, the average price of an iPhone is $758. Over a 24-month contract period, on average, you would be paying $2,736 for the cell phone and the airtime plan. It's estimated that the price of an iPhone rises by $81 with each new flagship offer. If the cost of the new iPhone keeps rising steadily like this, in 60 years' time, we'll be paying around $6,300 for the latest iPhone. With the $1,000 barrier now well and truly broken, this may not be a huge surprise to many. However, these seemingly small increases soon add up. If you were to buy a new iPhone every year, and you would end up paying a total of $103,000 in your lifetime. With kids getting cell phones at much younger ages, it's likely that many high-earning parents will be paying for 3 or more phones in the household until those kids get jobs. As parents with high incomes, we also have to think about the precedent that it sets with our children when we buy the latest expensive gadget or car. Are we just further enforcing that it's necessary to fit in with your friends by buying the newest thing, even if it is a terrible financial decision? The bottom line is that if you are a high-income parent, you have a lot of pressure to not only fit in with your friends, but also for your children to fit in with theirs. This is the trap that can make high earners go broke. If this resonates with you, then I'd recommend watching this video next, where I share 40 money and life truths to master by the age of 40.